Hi everybody, this is Charles. Welcome to Backroads Living. Today we're going to be talking about some things that we've assembled here at our home for storage, for food storage. You can use some of this stuff for long term and some of it for short term. You never know what's going to happen. Natural disasters happen like hurricanes and tornadoes. Many times we've seen that happen right here in the United States, especially through the southern states and the coastal states up the East Coast. Hurricanes have really done some devastation to cities and towns and entire states sometimes. And people have been able to return to their homes, even though their homes were maybe destroyed. They could have had some things put aside, or put in tubs or buckets in closets, and been able to recover some food that way. And in those instances, you might even want to consider what people call a bug out bag, and put some things in that to just grab up and take with you in case you had to leave in the middle of the night because of a tornado or something like that was taking place. That's something else we'll talk about a little later on. But today we're going to talk about things that you could actually store in your closets, in tubs, or that you can vacuum seal, and it lasts a really long time. And these are all things that we purchased at the Dollar Tree. Everything was $1. A lot of folks in the day we're living in right now, I know, are having a struggle. A lot of folks have depended on these government stimuluses just to get by and buy food. Many people are struggling with homes and paying payments on cars and everything else. So that being said, we need to purchase what we can as cheap as we can to be able to provide for a future. We're coming into a time in our life and in the United States that we've never seen before. We're going to see things change really drastically, I think, in the next month or so. And people need to be putting food back. You need to be storing everything you can in food, so you will have something to eat. There's tens of thousands of people right now across the United States that are standing in line at food banks. I know everybody doesn't know that, but it's happening. Just get online and search it. Google New York City food banks. Their food bank went from 1,000 people a day to 10,000 people a day in just a couple of weeks or so. I mean, it just exploded up there. So watch these things and keep your ears and eyes open and be prepared with food. You've got to have food and clothing, water, and everything else, buddy, is just other stuff. So we're going to start out here. The first thing we're going to start with is we were able to purchase this 2 pounds of white long grain rice at the Dollar Tree. 2 pounds of it for $1. And always look when you're purchasing and look at the expiration dates. The expiration date on this one is April 4, 22. I hope you can see that. So this is good for a couple of years. And if I take it and vacuum seal it, it'll last even longer than that. And we'll do that if we don't use it before then. We'll most certainly vacuum seal that. The next item we found is a large can of pinto beans. These are full of protein. Not pinto beans, refried beans. Sorry about that. And the expiration date on those are February of 2022. I don't know if you can see that or not. Hopefully you can. But again, this goes into 2022. The next item we found is a large jar of soy sauce. This is not the little bitty jars. This jar is 15 ounces of soy sauce. And the expiration date on it is 6/22. So again, we're in the year 2022. The next item we found are these. We got several of these. We about ate all of them already, but they have a good date on them too. The red sweet pepper strips. I'm trying to remember where I found the date on these. I can't remember. Somebody's screaming at me right now and telling me where the date's at. I know you are. It's usually on the lid or hid somewhere. Well, there it is. It's in black down here on the bottom. Having a hard time finding it. These were good through 2022 also, August 2022. All of these things so far have been good through the year of 2022. Um, Sandy and I have not always prepped or put back lots of food. We've always purchased sale items that had good dates on them or extended dates. And we've always had extra in our pantry, and we could get by at any given time probably. If we had to, we could have gotten by for a month probably, just on the food in our pantry with soups. We were real low on canned meats and that kind of stuff. But with the recent happenings, and ever since the panic this spring and the store shelves cleared off the way they did, we've been watching things really close and listening to the news, and not just mainstream news. We've been listening to all news sources. We get online and search this stuff out and try to find out what's going on around the world. And there's a lot going on around the world right now. There's a lot coming to the United States that we have to get prepared for. Right now in Australia, buddy, listen, you need to look that up. Melbourne, Australia, I think, is where it was going on at. They're quarantining people. They're forcing people to do things against their will. It's going to get bad. I'm just afraid things are going to get tougher and tougher. So you need to have food. You've got to have food, okay? Be prepared. Here's the next item we found for $1. Beef flavored broth. This is dated 7/9/21. So that's good for a year. I know a lot of people, somebody may comment on this video, I don't know, about some of the stuff I'm showing you here and say, well, we can our own, or people ought to grow their gardens and can their own. And that's, that's fine. We all really should. Sandy and I have garden space. We really never utilized it the way we should. And there's a lot of people out there that don't have garden space. There are things you can grow on your patio. There's things you can grow in your home. There's things you can grow on your deck. Google those things. Look into them, because you can actually grow food in your home if you need to do that. And garden food's great, but there's a lot of people that don't have any garden food. They don't have vegetables set aside. They don't have potatoes that they've grown all year. They don't raise chickens and don't get fresh eggs or fresh meat or all this stuff. So there's a lot of people who live in the city that need to be getting out and finding a place to live. And in doing so, they're going to have to purchase things to live on. They're going to have to purchase food, okay? So this right here is the next thing we found. We found applesauce. And applesauce is something, if you can get apples, you can make your own very easily. You can make this very easily, and you can can it. You can can it in quart jars and keep it, or pint jars and keep it. There's all kinds of videos on how to do that, and we'll be doing that a little bit later on and sharing it with you also. But the applesauce is dated, looks like 10/21, so this is good at least for another year, a little over a year. And by that time, we're going to be making our own applesauce, because we're going to go here just this fall, and we're going to purchase a couple of bushels of apples, or at least a bushel, and we're going to freeze apples, and we're going to make applesauce also to put in our pantry. Applesauce is wonderful in cakes. You can use it in oats. You can use applesauce in a lot of stuff. So applesauce is a very, very good thing to have on hand in your pantry for sweets. Here's the next thing, and it's good till 12/21. So this is good a little over a year also. It's grape jelly. We love grape jelly. If you fix homemade biscuits, put a little butter and grape jelly on them, and man, you're just ready to go. But that's good for over a year. A little bit of sweets. Buy stuff you like. Don't buy stuff you're not going to use. Don't buy stuff and put back to waste your money if you're not going to use it. It's just wasting money. Buy stuff you like. There's lots of other stuff to purchase and put back, but I'm just showing you what we got for $1 at the Dollar Tree, okay? And this is Louisiana Supreme Worcestershire sauce. This is a large bottle of Worcestershire sauce, 17 ounces for $1. And the expiration date on this one is December 21. So, and all these things, this is just my opinion. I want to insert my opinion here. This is not, as people would say, the gospel. This is just my opinion. These sell-by dates are just that. Just like this Worcestershire sauce, December 2021, best buy then. I would use it in 2022 if we still had it. It's just that simple. 6 months later, I'd still be using that because it'd still be good. Just like this can of beans. It's got a best by date, February 2022, I'd use it any time during that year or the next year. As long as it hadn't been opened or dented, I wouldn't care. I think it would still be good. We've found other things to be good like that. So those are some of the things that we've been able to pick up at the Dollar Tree, and we think in our hearts and in our minds that we're going to be needing this stuff, and we're picking up more and more of it every time we go to town. Every time we go to the city or to the town, we pick up extra. We buy extra stuff. We go to the Dollar Tree. We go to the grocery. We go wherever we can find these things, and we're putting stuff back. So we hope you can do the same, and we hope that this video has helped you. We hope that you have a Dollar Tree close by so that you can go out and pick up some of these things. We'll be following this video up. The next one we'll be doing is vacuum sealing flour and meal. So come back and see us. Like the channel, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and tell a friend. So thank you all, and God bless you.